Hello, beautiful family, and welcome to the Rainbow Goddess YouTube channel. I am Jessica Rosalie. I hope you all are doing well, and I pray that each one of you are navigating through whatever may be arising in your life with as much peace, ease, comfort, and grace. And if you have been going through a little bit of a challenging time, I'm so happy that you clicked on this video and that you made your way to gather with us today. And I say us as all of the beautiful souls who are tuning into this video as we come together in this space. As whenever you're watching, know that truly we're all co creating and experiencing this transmission together as one. I'm so excited to be making this video today as so much has been coming through recently about the changes that so many of us are experiencing, and also been reflecting on the changes within myself that I've been experiencing. And I really feel that the metaphor of the caterpillar transforming into the butterfly is the most supportive representation of what many of us are experiencing. And this metamorphosis, I've been speaking about this on my channel for a little while because, as we know, these things do not happen overnight. These changes and these growth periods and this expansion that we move through is often something that is drawn out over time as it allows for us to really experience the details and the subtleties of our own transformation. And although this can be challenging for the ego to really feel like, when is it going to be over? The ego is always impatient and wanting to fast forward through the process and get to the the good part, so to speak. But as consciousness, as souls, we know that we actually came here to experience time, to experience things much slower. And as much as we want to really get to the good parts, as much as our ego wants to experience the end result, there is so much beauty in witnessing the slow transformation. And if you've ever watched a video of a beautiful caterpillar emerging through its process into the butterfly, there is something so magical about getting to witness every step of the journey. It is so magical to see how it starts off its journey and getting to experience every intricate detail of how it emerges from the cocoon. And this is much what I feel each one of our journeys have been like. Just that very slow process of growth and transformation drawn out over a long period of time. And there is this rapid acceleration that is happening, although it has felt intense. This is only to challenge us to see really the strength that we hold within and the power of our light and the power of love to heal and transform us. And so we've been witnessing a lot of polarity. We've been witnessing a lot of contrast. We've been witnessing the different plays of energy in the collective, in our family, within ourselves. And this contrast was really heightened during the eclipse when we saw everything go from day to night and then night to day, when it went from the bright sun to the moon passing in front and it going to night and then back into day again. And this was such a powerful, energetic event that really, I feel, activated something within us. It really ignited this deep inner transformation, this inner alchemy, this like switch turned on where we realized that we had an opportunity to also go through this deep transformation, this deep emerging, this deep rising, this like butterfly emerging out of the cocoon energy. And so, if you've been feeling uncomfortable with whatever it is that's arising for you, really acknowledge how, if we view everything through the eyes of love and through the eyes of compassion, and we feel into the truth of really truly how deeply loved we are, and we invite in love to guide us. This really can support us in navigating through whatever challenge or emotion or event or situation that's arising in our life. When we bring it back to love, we realize that it's much more manageable. It's only when we feel fear beginning to take hold, when we doubt our own power, when we doubt our own light, when we believe that fear is more powerful than love, when we believe that we're not safe. Our perception and our experience really does go hand in hand. But the most powerful message that I have been receiving today is that always remember that truly love is the most real and authentic frequency that exists because we are love. The experience of anything that is not love, also known as separation or fear, is simply an experience that we're having. It's kind of like when you're watching a movie, like a horror movie, and you begin to feel afraid because something is triggering a fear response in you. Now, when you're watching that movie, you know it's not real, right? You know it's just a movie, yet you still feel afraid. And you may even notice that after the movie is over, you might still feel that fear lingering. You may still feel afraid to turn off the lights and go to sleep. And so our guides are reminding us that that is kind of what it's like to be in duality or to be here at this time as brilliant, powerful beings of love that we are. We're experiencing feel fear, and it feels so real, and it triggers us, and it really creates a lot of control where we don't feel safe, where our ego then feels it needs to control to feel safe, and it creates a lot of suffering. So, if we can remember that when we're experiencing fear or separation or any form of lower emotion, that it's not real, it's just the experience that you're having, that you are always safe, you are always loved. So we need to be the loving parent to ourselves when we're experiencing things like anxiety or fear. We have to call upon our light, call upon our higher selves, call upon the most loving frequencies to surround us and support us through that. Because love will transform anything that is not love. And if you remember, even if all you remember is only love is real, then you can shift the frequency. And we do not need to be afraid of the contrast. that we can support ourselves in remembering that contrast only provides a deeper catalyst for us to remember how brilliantly bright we truly are. And one of the most beautiful representations of that is when it's dark, the stars come out. So each one of you are the stars. You are the stars that are shining bright. And you may not have realized you were so brilliant and such a beautiful star unless that contrast came into your life, unless the darkness showed up. And so when we recognize that we are here to transform the density and the frequencies that are creating fear and the separation, that we are here just to witness it and to remember that even though it's nighttime and there's some energy surfacing or some darkness, you're still the most brilliant diamond crystalline star in the sky. And to not give in to the fear and belief that what if I'm not enough? What if fear is stronger than love? All of those doubts. And we don't think that, but we sense it like we don't believe in ourselves. We don't believe that we can really rise above our challenges. So I feel at this time we're being asked to remember the power of love, to remember the power of our own light in our own hearts as the most transformational alchemy that we have access to. And I feel Mother Earth is really helping us with this right now because Mother Earth is providing the womb space. She's holding us all of all of her beautiful children, each one of us. We are the ones that are here experiencing this earth school. And she is providing the womb space for all of us to experience this growth. And she is learning too. And we're all learning together. But when we feel the energies creating separation or fear, or we're experiencing this deep arising of trauma, whatever it is, it can really unground us and make us feel like children that are scared of the dark, like we're not safe, that we're not held or supported. And Mother Earth wants you in that moment to connect into her, like a child who comes to her mother for safety. She wants to be that support for each one of us. But we can only do that if we consciously make that connection and we can consciously ground into her and feel rooted. And this is why it's so important right now that we're developing that relationship with the planet and with Mother Earth and feeling our hearts connecting. Because if there is a level of disconnection or severing of our connection to her, whether that's just we've been spending too much time on social media or in our homes, or we've just been focused too much on other things, we begin to feel a little ungrounded, a little foggy, a little unclear, a little fatigued. She is our sustenance. She is the one who is providing us this deep sense of safety and stability. And that is what provides us the most strength to move through any sort of turbulence. And so Mother Earth has been calling us like like that little duckling song was one of my favorites when I was younger, when the mother duck goes out with her ducklings and then every time one duckling like falls away and then all the ducklings are gone and then the mother cries and then all the ducklings come back. I don't know if you know that song, but that's kind of what it's like. Mother Earth is like holding us and supporting us. And then we kind of drift off into the dimensions, or we forget about her, and then we get lost and confused, and Mother Earth's like, "Where did all my children go?" And then she's like, "Come back, come back." So she is just like this loving guardian that's here to really help us all feel the most deep, profound sense of love that you could ever have with your mother. She is your first mother. Your first mother through you choosing to have a body. She supported you in coming here, anchoring your soul into this body. And so she is here to watch out for you, to make sure that you feel her love, and that will be your lifelong relationship while you're here, is really feeling that connection to her. And she's not going anywhere, right? Mother Earth is here and she wants you to talk to her. She wants you to connect with her. She wants you to have fun and be in joy, just like any mother would. But we keep getting distracted and we keep losing ourselves. And she keeps calling us back, calling us back. And it is it's the most beautiful love story. It's like, have you called your mother today? Also known as, have you gone outside today and planted your feet in the earth and really rooted yourself, really grounded yourself before anything else? And especially as star seeds, we are notorious for being ungrounded. We're always thinking about the higher frequencies. We're in the other dimensions. We're doing all this work and we're forgetting to reconnect into our root and to stabilize our energy and to bring the extra energy that we're anchoring into the planet. And so this imbalance begins to occur within our bodies, within our four body system. If our earth body is not connected and our energy isn't flowing properly into the planet and it's not circulating, then we have all these kinds of imbalances where we start to feel foggy, we start to feel disconnected, afraid. All of these things start to manifest within our mental, emotional, and physical body layers because there's an aspect of ourself that's not completely in balance. And I feel for most of us, 9 times out of 10, that is, we need to connect and ground into the planet. And especially if we're doing a lot of high frequency work, like if speaking to some of you, if you're really pulling in higher frequencies from the higher realms and you're doing a lot of work that is bringing in light and anchoring that through the body, you need to ground it into the planet. You need to bring it back into the earth so that that circulation and connection can continue to flow, and so that we're really acting as that cosmic bridge between heaven and earth. And what happens when we don't ground into the body and we don't feel connected to her is we start to feel a little lost, foggy, disconnected. Fear comes in really strongly because the body doesn't feel safe. All of a sudden, the body's like, hello, what's going on? I don't feel safe. I'm not connected. Like, why are you not like connecting to me? Am I dying? It's kind of like this fear response that happens when we're bringing in too much high frequency light and we're starting to unground and unroot ourselves. It's like the tree is like lifting up from the earth and it feels like it's going to fall over. It's going to completely like fall over and not be able to hold the energy or be able to sustain the weight. You become top heavy. So all this to say is that Mother Earth really wants to support all of us right now, helping us regulate our nervous systems, helping us to attune to her and to move through this ascension together in our bodies, connected to her, feeling safe, feeling protected, She is our guardian and we are her guardian. And so we work together as the beautiful stewards of this planet that we are. And so this is your sign to really begin working with the planet in a deeper way, a more grounded way, a more practical way. Think about how you can work with the plants, connect with the trees, connect with the rocks, connect with the elements, the water, and really begin working with the planet. I know that you will feel so much love, so much support, so much clarity. And that's another really big message. There's going to be so much clarity as you connect deeper into her, as you feel safe, as your inner child feels mother just holding her and just making you feel so much safety in your body. You'll notice how much opens up for you in your life. You'll notice that your mission becomes clear. You'll feel able to access higher frequencies from your star family, from the planetary frequencies that you're connecting in from or into. And you'll notice that everything is in balance and that there is this equilibrium and this ease and grace and flow within your life. And if you haven't checked out my latest video that I brought in a couple of weeks ago about releasing control and the channeling from Mother Earth, that one was a really powerful one. I actually listened to that this morning and I laid on the earth. I listened to the channeling from Mother, where we actually connected into her, we rooted into her, and then we handed over all of this need to control. We released that desire to micromanage everything. And that is a part of our ego construct, this needing to micromanage our healing journey, micromanage everything that is going on in our lives because we don't feel safe. And also because the ego feels it needs to have something to do, which was another message that was coming through. Is I actually asked to surrender my healing journey to my higher self and mother, father, God. I said, all right, my my ego, my spiritual ego has been trying to micromanage my healing journey. Because when the spiritual ego comes in, the ego consciousness that wants to control, it will constantly be in a state of needing to clear, needing to do all of the things because the ego is taking over and now you need to be completely like in this constant state of healing. And you'll notice that it's never enough for the ego. There's always more healing work to do. There's always more shadow work to do. There's always something that is wrong in your life. When the ego and the spiritual ego, they're creating all of this chaos, and you're like, wait a minute, why am I in a constant healing crisis? That's when you know that your spiritual ego or your ego dressed up as a spiritual ego has taken over and it's just creating a lot of unnecessary work for, for you, a lot of distractions, a lot of fear that if the ego doesn't keep up with all this like clearing work, that something horrible is going to happen, which is really just the fear of not being safe, which is held within the ego construct, taking over and creating all of this work for you to do. And so I feel through this window, we're being asked to let go of our need to control our healing. Like, what would that look like if we just handed it over to God? We said, Beloved Mother, Father, God, I release all needing to micromanage my healing journey. I surrender my ego's control and need to control my healing journey as it's not my ego's job to heal me or to fix me. I do not need to perpetually clear and fix myself because I remember that I am already whole. I'm already loved. I'm already perfection. And that truly, whatever arises, I am the loving parent that is here to reintegrate it back into love. And love heals, not control, fixing, needing to clear. Love heals. So, can we remember today that when we're feeling something arise, instead of immediately going into, I need to get rid of this, I need to, you know, I need to sage myself, I need to do all of my rituals. What if we just said, I give this over to love? I hand this over to love. Let love guide me. Let love heal me. Let love support me. And what if we just let love in? When we do that, the ego can't hide in the rituals and the clearing and the obsessiveness, right? Because that's what that ego likes to do. The ego likes to control. The ego likes to micromanage everything. The ego always thinks it has more work to do because it's always in the constant state of doing. It can't just be, it's always in this perpetual loop. It's always in the hamster wheel. And we know this because we see it in humanity. We see it with, as soon as humanity, or as soon as a person gets a house, they're thinking about their next big purchase, right? Because the ego is always like, what's next? What's next? What's next? It's either in the future or in the past. So if you're feeling that construct of what's next, what do I need to do? Where do I need to go? What do I need to fix? What do I need to heal? That's the ego. So we need to ask lovingly to hand over our need to control our healing journey and just give it to our higher self, God self. And then we realize that there's actually not a lot that we need to do. But our most important thing we are here to remember is to awaken to greater love, to be love, and to share love, because only love is real. And so that is why we do not need to go digging for things to fix within ourselves. This is your permission today to stop looking for things to fix. Stop looking for things to clear and heal. Relinquish that need to control all of that and return to love. As love heals, love knows what to do, love supports you, love guides you, love supports all of us in remembering that we're already whole. And just doesn't that seem simpler? Source is simple. And so giving yourself permission today to free yourself from this constant need to heal and fix yourself, this constant need to feel like you're trying to work towards something. It's already happening. Your only job is to be present with what arises, to be love, and share love with those parts of you that feel unlovable, to return it to love, to bring it back to love. And love is the most powerful healer we are. When we connect to love, it unites. When we're in ego, it divides. And that's how we know the difference. When we want to be right, when we're trying to prove a point, when we're in confrontation with another person, that's ego or spiritual ego, because it divides. Love unites. When we choose love, it harmonizes, it heals, it balances. So just taking a deep breath and feeling the message, feeling that in your body, feeling that deep relief. I'm not in charge of this. My ego is not in charge of this healing journey. Love is guiding me always. Love guided you to this video. Love is what brought you here. Love is who you are. I would like to pull a card for all of us and just ask if there are any messages that we most need to know at this time during this full moon. What is it that can really support us as we navigate through this beautiful time on Earth? And I've got my cosmic pearl oracle. So I'm going to draw a card for all of us and see what it is that wants to come through. Oh, so this card came flying out. So it says the transcendent alchemist, clairvoyant, charmer, fierce mystic. Mm, it's so beautiful. So I really felt into the alchemist energy, this deep transformation that I spoke of at the beginning of the video, that we really are moving through this inner alchemy and this deep rising and returning of the divine feminine essence, the true feminine essence that is the purity of unconditional love. And this fierce mystic is just remembering your power, this deep unearthing of something that is arising within you, is the remembrance that you are so much more powerful than you maybe realize, or than others have made you believe through their treatment of you, maybe. And so there's this remembrance of us rising up as these beautiful, strong, feminine healers, feminine teachers, guides, mystics. It's the returning of the true divine, sacred feminine energy. And also the returning of our connection to the divine feminine and the mother consciousness. And I've been feeling like what I said about our connection to mother, to the planet, as I feel that there is this sacred bond that is held through the mother and divine feminine principle right now, where we're sort of way showing, we're supporting our collective family and remembering the the mysteries that is held within the planet, the beauty that is held within the planet. As we, as women, we are the representation of the divine mother principle. And so we are also mother. There is also mother within us, as we are the mirror aspect of the mother principle. And so with this, I'm just feeling that deep remembrance also, that each one of us are here to hold the purity and the remembrance of what the true divine feminine mother principle holds, as she is one that is in balance, with the planet, with the elements, with herself, deeply rooted and grounded here, but also deeply connected to her heart, because the heart is the gateway to the soul. It's the gateway to who we truly are. And so I just feel with this card, it's reminding us all as women that we are rising to support our divine counterparts, their masculine consciousness, and coming into a level of healing within themselves to reunite with their feminine, for the masculine to reunite with their feminine, and to really remember the purity and love that is held within the sacred feminine. And this is why there are so many powerful, beautiful women that are doing so much amazing work right now, because we are holding the remembrance alive within our bodies. We're holding that remembrance of the sacred feminine as we become conscious of who we are, and we develop that deep relationship to the sacred, to mother, to the elements, and especially to water. It awakens something deep within us, that we remember what it was like to truly live in that soul embodied state of connection to life, to the divine mother principle. And so it's really exciting that I drew this card, because I feel there is such a deep remembrance happening on the planet. And that's why too, with the clairvoyance, it's like we're tuning into the unseen. We're connecting with the unseen. We're really tapping into the mystical realms and connecting into the ancient mysteries and the most magical places on our in our universe, which is been hidden. There has been so much that we've forgotten, or that's been hidden, or that we've lost in terms of the sacred ways of birthing, the sacred ways of uh, just everything, everything in our existence that we're remembering is like coming alive and being birthed through the divine mother, or the feminine energy. Because I feel that level of consciousness has gone through such a deep level of remembrance. And remembering that it's the feminine, it's the mother, it's the woman that is the portal, but that she births life through her. And so each one of us, all of us, we are the portals of new energy, new information, new um, frequencies. They move through us, through the women, through the feminine principle, through the mother. And that is how these beautiful creations come into this world. And so, all around the world, I'm seeing like all of these beautiful women that are higher consciously connecting in, are accessing new frequencies, and they're birthing them through their bodies, whether in physical creations like babies, or in like other forms of physical creations, like in their creative work. It's incredible. Just the level of new energies that are now accessible because of the level of remembrance that the feminine and the sacred mother consciousness is awakening within us. And we are remembering, and it's beautiful because it's like once we remember, we can't fall asleep again. We're just continuing to integrate and feel that deeper remembrance of who we truly are, which is supporting the healing of the mother planet. It's supporting the healing of the waters. It's supporting the healing of the children and the animals and the trees. And the masculine is going through a massive healing as well. And so anything that is out of alignment to the purity of love that is the truth held within the divine feminine masculine consciousness is rising to be reintegrated back into love. But it can only be reintegrated if we are embodying our authentic truth, which is that we are love. Only love can heal. Only love can bring anything that is in separation back into oneness. All right, beloveds. Well, thank you so much for joining me for this beautiful video, and leave me a comment, say hello. I love hearing from all of you. Thank you for just being a part of this community. And I hope you have the most amazing day from my heart to yours. Namaste.